evening and many thanks for joining us. You're watching QTV Nightly News, coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue with me, Ansumana Iswanyase. Here are the main news headlines. The former Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Abdoulaye Job, appeared before the Joint Committee of the National Assembly on Thursday as part of the Assembly's inquiry into a $30 million petroleum products deal. Trainees at the Korea Partnership for Innovation in Agriculture, COPIA, in Sapo, in the Central River region, expressed their appreciation for COPIA's format during their ongoing 3-week training in mechanized farming. And the Regional Rice Value Chain Development Project under the Gambia's Ministry of Agriculture inaugurated a rice combine harvester at Burong Walol Farm in Katong in Kombo South on Friday. In international news, the Commonwealth Heads of Government Meeting 2024 officially commenced on Friday in Apia, Samoa. And in sports news, after a significant renovation of the Gambia's Independence Stadium to meet the criteria established by CAF for hosting international matches, officials are optimistic and are awaiting approval from the continent's football governing body. Well, stay tuned as we bring you more on these and other stories. And now here's the news in detail. Now, former Minister of Petroleum and Energy Abdoulaye Job appeared before the Joint Committee of the National Assembly, consisting of the Finance and Public Accounts Committee, FPAC, and the Public Enterprise Committee, PEC, as part of the Assembly's inquiry into a 36,000 metric tons, $30 million petroleum products deal. Mahmoud Gajaga was present and reports on the proceedings.
The question and answer session quickly escalated when the current Minister of Tourism and Culture, who previously served as Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Abdoulaye Job, was asked to clarify his responsibilities in the petroleum sector. Here is how the minister initially responded before retracting his statement.
The specific responsibilities that the President gave me, what I'm saying is in respect of the letter itself. No. That's what I said. All right, let me clarify that. I'm clarifying that I can read for you the responsibility that the President gave me in my appointment letter, but the letter is confidential. You can ask the President. That's what I said. Let me clarify that.
Okay, that portion of it is what we could have avoided, that we can ask the President.
The minister's responsibilities include the regulation, licensing, and oversight of the petroleum products. Other points of discussion involved the relationship between the Ministry of Petroleum and the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority, PURA, which oversees utility services. The minister stated that their connection with PURA was purely a working relationship.
Honorable, let me explain to you. PURA does not set standards. PURA does not set regulations. Regulations are developed by the minister. Standards that are applicable in the sector is developed by the Standards Bureau and put in a regulation. And all PURA does is comply with the provisions of the regulation to regulate the sector in terms of quality and quantity.
The Gambia experienced a fuel crisis in September 2022, when oil marketing companies, OMCs, halted the sale of petroleum products due to issues relating to pricing structures, foreign currency, and banking complications in purchasing these products. Minister Job provided an explanation.
After having received information from one of the traders, that is PSTV at the time, about alleged shortage in GAM Petroleum, and they indicated that if this report was true, as trader, we would end up in a scenario where the traders would no longer would have no other choice than to stop all dealings with GAM Petroleum, including HFO, to the country. And also, as I said, explain that because the Malian that were coming here were being extorted by individuals.
During the minister's testimony, issues relating to the petroleum products supply chain, operations, delivery, and the policies governing these processes were discussed in greater detail. Mumudu Gajaga, QTV News.
Now, trainees at the Korea Partnership for Innovation in Agriculture, COPIA, in Sapo in the Central River region expressed their appreciation for COPIA's format during their ongoing 3-week training in mechanized farming. The intensive program is a mix of theoretical and practical sessions. Usman Jata reports.
Technical expertise is crucial for any successful mechanized farming initiative. In this context, the Gambia-Korea Partnership for Innovation in Agriculture is training farm operators to effectively manage high-powered rice cultivators, aiming to help the country achieve its food self-sufficiency goals. Famara Singate, an engineer at the National Seed Secretariat in Sapo, is one of the participants in this vital program.
Training is going very well successful because
the training has been incredibly successful. Even though we are working with machines we have never operated before, they are teaching us how to use these tools to enhance the efficiency of our respective departments. These machines are crucial for promoting agriculture in the country, highlighting the need to improve our technical knowledge. Our trainers are doing an excellent job.
The trainees include both Gambian and Senegalese farm operators. Each day, participants engage in theoretical sessions focused on specific equipment, followed by practical demonstrations. Jana Sanyang from the Casamance region in southern Senegal commended the effectiveness of the intensive training. The training is progressing well, with COPIA impacting valuable new skills. These advanced machines demand technical expertise, and since the training began, we have already made significant progress. Suleiman Sane, a heavy-duty machine supervisor at Qsports Motors, emphasizes the critical importance of skills training.
Well,
It's all about acquiring practical skills, as these heavy-duty machines demand technical know-how for proper operation. I believe young people in this country should explore technical skills and embrace this opportunity.
Mechanized farming allows farmers to transition from subsistence to market-oriented practices, increasing harvest yields, reducing labor intensity, and saving time. Famara Singate from the National Seed Secretariat encourages Gambian youth to engage in agriculture.
My advice to the youth is to be ambitious and foster a love for their country. Without this love for the Gambia, it can be difficult to pursue your ambitions. In 1988, Korea was a struggling nation, but today it stands strong in agriculture. This transformation happened because the youth of Korea embraced the challenge to contribute to their nation. I urge Gambians to support agriculture so we can achieve food self-sufficiency.
Launched in 2009, the Korean Partnership for Innovation in Agriculture, COPIA, aims to give back to the international community by sharing knowledge and experience with African countries to combat poverty. This training serves as a crucial step in the Gambia's journey towards achieving food self-sufficiency in the near future. Usman Chata, reporting for QTV News.
Now, the Regional Rice Value Chain Development Project under the Gambia's Ministry of Agriculture inaugurated a rice combine harvester at Burong Walal Farm in Katong in Kombo South on Friday. Alaji Lamin Funding Dabo was there and Hina reports.
The Regional Rice Value Chain Development Project is co-funded by the Lives and Livelihoods Fund, the Islamic Development Bank, the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, and the Social Development Fund under the Ministry of Finance. The inauguration is part of the Agriculture Ministry's initiatives to strengthen partnerships with coordinated farms across the country. Fafani S. Fatajo is the RRVCD project director.
Combo, particularly this part of the country, Katong, has never heard a combined harvester of this nature. And there are a lot of land, you can see it's about 8 hectares, the enterprise is cultivating, and helping women with another 3 hectares, making it 11 hectares. Now, if women want to harvest this, do all the operational activities to be too much on that. People are healthy now, and we don't even have the time. And this is not the only operation or the only activity that they depend on. And we want to show to the world that yes, Combo is not only fishing, but they can also do rice cultivation.
Ansu Baji, the farm manager at Buron Wallo Limited, thanked the Rice Value Chain Development Project for the state-of-the-art rice combine harvester.
We want to expand more, and we want to work both in URR, CRR, and in the combos. And again, we want to open up this business so that we can involve a lot of people in the business, so that we can create jobs for the youths, for the women, and also try to make sure that we give enough food to the Gambia so that we can cut down the amount of food, rice, which is imported from from Europe down to Africa.
Omar Jabang, representing the Alcalo of Kato, described the initiative as a call to action for people to return to farming, embracing the motto, eat what you grow and grow what you eat.
But mi munna bata bunda do wolmu be yangol le kambatandi min be ko ni solo kambatandi bakele mo joma lefta seno kala nyinang hani imakeno
eat.
Our greatest challenge is the disturbance caused by uncontrolled animals, especially cattle. Many people wanted to farm this year but couldn't due to the fear of cattle destroying their crops. We are calling on the government to enforce strict penalties for animal owners who do not control their livestock.
Fatmata Keta, Kato Women's representative, shared insights on the benefits gained from her labor.
We have organized ourselves into groups, and each member eagerly awaits her turn to work. The benefits from a day's labor significantly contribute to our monthly income, which helps us support our children, families, and husbands.
Combined harvesters are crucial in rice production for several reasons, including speeding up harvesting process compared to manual labor, allowing farmers to harvest large areas quickly, reduce labor costs and minimize losses associated with manual harvesting, among other benefits. For QTV News, I am Lamin Alai Fandin Dabo.
And that report there by Lamin Alaji Funding Dabo will lead us to the commercial break, but we will be right back.
Welcome to the future of transportation in the Gambia. The Bertel Harding Highway, a 22-kilometer double carriageway, is set to revolutionize travel and connectivity in our beloved country. A 3-lane highway means more space for vehicles, smoother traffic flow, and reduced congestion. Each lane has a specific purpose. The leftmost lane for overtaking and faster vehicles, the middle lane for standard driving, and the rightmost lane for slower and turning vehicles.
Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Following the commercial break, be reminded you're watching QTV Nightly News, coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue with me, Ansumana Esonyase. Now, the Women's Association for Victims Empowerment, WAVE, in collaboration with Alliance Française Banjul, on Thursday launched the Odyssey program for women's transition into economic empowerment. The program aims to provide skills and resources for women victims of the Jammeh regime. More in this report. The program seeks to empower victims of the Jammeh regime by providing them with the resources to improve their livelihoods, following what has been years of trauma. These women are from different parts of the country. However, their stories of grief and pain are quite familiar. Among them, you have victims of sexual and gender-based violence, enforced disappearances, and other serious crimes. Fatou Jonga, Communications Associate at WAVE, and Mohamed Hydra, Coordinator of Amnesty KM, say giving victims the means to provide for themselves is one way of empowering them and encourage members of the public to pass by the Alliance Francaise where their products are on display and patronize them.
This program utilizes arts and culture to raise awareness about women's rights and gender equality, engaging local artists and communities. Another key aspect in this program today will be capacity building program. The capacity building training offers workshop and training season aim at empowering youths, women and gender, enhancing their skills and confidence.
We need to make sure that everyone understands their right and their duty, especially when it comes to women empowerment. That has been, a lot of challenge, whereby women has been challenged in terms of the economic sector, at workspace. So many issues have been in terms of the gender-based violence.
Kumba Seka of Kermot Ali, Jatu Foon of Brikamaba in CRR, Marie-Therese Ndei Sonko, and Aissatou Sanyang of Gado, all victims who are being supported by WAVE, spoke highly of the support they receive from WAVE and other victim-led organizations. Meanwhile, they call on government to expedite efforts for victims' reparations.
We were forcefully removed from our homes and asked to leave our country for fear of our lives. We relocated to Senegal and had to start all over, having lost everything. Coming back to the Gambia following the fall of the regime has not been easy. And so I want to thank WAVE.
Victim of 10 and 11 April.
I am a victim of April 10-11 student protests. I lost my son during that incident. And since then, life have never been the same for me. I want to urge the government to look into victims' reparations because some of us, if not for this support, we would have been in the street begging. I want to encourage parents who have children with disability to send them to school and give them skills, train them so that they can learn how to be independent. What WAVE is doing is impacting our lives in so many ways.
In addition to the training, as part of efforts to ensure healing for these victims who are using art skills they learned working with WAVE and their partners, they are also using them to raise awareness of women's rights and gender equality. They also provide them with mental health support through expressive art therapy. Ansmane Sonyase for KTV News. And now on to international news in a moment. Now, the Commonwealth Heads of Government Meeting 2024 officially commenced on Friday in Apia, Samoa, with renewed calls for solidarity and collaborative solutions from world leaders. Julian Jai has more.
The vibrant Samoan culture was full on display as the 2024 Commonwealth Heads of Government Meeting, CHOGM, welcomed leaders from 56 member nations in Apia on Friday. In addition to the Heads of Government Summit, CHOGM Samoa includes various ministerial meetings, over 35 side events and 4 forums, culminating in the election of new Commonwealth Secretary General on October 26, 2024. Gambia's Foreign Affairs Minister, Dr. Mamadou Tangara, is one of the 3 candidates for this position. During the opening session, various heads of state delivered speeches. The Prime Minister of Samoa, Honorable Fiami Naomi Mataafa, warmly welcomed King Charles III and representatives from the 56 Commonwealth countries to her island nation.
We also gather in Samoa as we celebrate 75 years of the modern Commonwealth. Thus, we pause to pay tribute to those who have paved the way for where we are today.
His Majesty King Charles III, head of the Commonwealth, addressed the Assembly expressing his unshakable faith in the value of the Union and its 2.7 billion citizens.
We have not reached this point by accident. Shared vision and collective courage have been our lodestar. As we set a course for the century ahead, we can renew our courage with our faith in one another. For my part, I can assure you today that for however many years God grants me, I will join you and the people of the Commonwealth on every step of this journey.
The Right Honourable Patricia Scotland Casey, the Commonwealth Secretary-General in what will be her last CHOGM, highlighted the strength in capacity to unite people and nations.
If we all go forward together with an unwavering faith, a high courage, and a quiet heart, we shall be able to make of this ancient Commonwealth, which we all love so dearly, an even grander thing.
Outgoing chair in office, Rwandan President Paul Kagame congratulated Prime Minister Matafa on her new role as chair in office.
The Commonwealth's comparative advantage remains its young and vibrant population, creating digital jobs for women and young people should remain at the top of the agenda this year.
The Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting is held every 2 years, with the last session taking place in Kigali, Rwanda in 2022. Throughout the week, leaders and their representatives will engage in executive sessions to address global economic, environmental and security challenges, focusing on how Commonwealth countries can collaborate to enhance resilience, stimulate trade, promote innovation, and empower the Commonwealth's 1.5 billion youth for a more peaceful and sustainable future. For QTV News, I am Julden Yai.
Well, we wish Gambia's Dr. Mamadou Tangara all the best as he vies for the position of Secretary General at the Commonwealth. Time now for some exciting sports news. Now, after a significant renovation of the Gambia's Independence Stadium to meet the criteria established by CAF for hosting international matches, officials are optimistic and are awaiting approval from the continent's football governing body. After rumors circulated that the stadium had received clearance, Amadou Tamba spoke with Lamin M. Jassey, the Secretary General, or General Secretary rather, of the Gambia Football Federation for clarification. Here is the report.
With just over 3 weeks until the Scorpions face Comoros at home in their next Africa Cup of Nations qualifier, the Gambia is still awaiting official approval from CAF for its newly renovated stadium to be deemed suitable for hosting international matches. Lamin M. Jassey is the Secretary General of the Gambia Football Federation.
I can categorically state that at this juncture, at this moment, the stadium is not approved, so it remains unapproved. The status of the stadium remains unchanged as far as CAF is concerned. Now, what led to the misinformation is that a communique from CAF got leaked on social media, and then people don't actually understand what that communique is, which is that it's a schedule. So every international match, CAF will produce a schedule. This schedule contains the names of referees, match commissioners, the venue of the match, time of the match, date of the match.
The government of the Gambia, through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, has worked tirelessly alongside the Gambia Football Federation to bring the Scorpions back to playing in front of their home fans. General Secretary Lamin M. Jassey emphasizes the strong partnership with the government, noting that everyone is on the same page.
And government also got the frustration. That is why they had invested a lot. Over more than $300 million has been spent at the Independence Stadium. And there are competing priorities for government. But, they did that, and we want to thank them. Yesterday, I think I had about 3 to 4 phone calls with the permanent secretary, because there is a line of communication. There's a protocol. The permanent secretary, Minister of Youth and Sports, Marie Njai, and she's very much aware about the development.
Gambians are eager to support the Scorpions at home, a sentiment that the GFF General Secretary applauds. He remains optimistic that the Gambia will host matches in November.
Last night, I actually communicated to CAF. I sent a letter because even for the inspection, the Football Federation will have to request it for the inspectors to come, which had been done last night. We couldn't even wait for this morning. That's the urgency. That's how GFF is putting premium on this issue. And this morning, I can categorically state, I had to call my colleagues at CAF, and then just to ensure whether they have received, and I can happily state that they received our letter, and then that they are working on getting a team over to the Gambia.
The Gambia has been playing its home games in Morocco due to the only national stadium being deemed unfit, leading to public speculation and criticism that the GFF prefers this arrangement for the per diems received. Here is more from General Secretary Lamin Jassy.
It's ridiculous. In fact, they don't get per diems. Nobody gets per diem when you play in Morocco. It's basically an enhancement allowance.
Given the extensive renovations at Independence Stadium, and to the untrained eye, it looks fine. The Gambian government, the Gambia Football Federation, football stakeholders, players, and fans of the national team are all hopeful that the stadium will receive approval to host international matches following the upcoming inspection. For QTV News, Amadou Tamba.
And I'm afraid that's all about it for this bulletin. On behalf of the entire production team, thanks for watching. Do join us tomorrow, same time. Bye-bye.